Ladies and gentlemen, if any of our contestants mentions the word time, T-I-M-E, at any moment during the next half hour, he wins $250 in cash immediately.
Really?
You bet your life. Elgin American, creators of America's most beautiful compacts, smartest cigarette cases, finest dresser sets, present Groucho Marx in the new comedy quiz series, You Bet Your Life, produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here's that sterling Elgin American, the one, the only...
That's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, nobody answered the big question last week, so we've added another $500. And tonight, one of our couples might win $3,000. George Fenneman, who's first to try for it?
Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a shoe salesman and a housewife. And here they are, Mrs. Mildred Hunt and Mr. Charles Flame. Meet Groucho Marx.
Hello, folks, and welcome for Elgin American Compacts. And I'll pay $250 to the first one who says the secret word. It's a common word, something everybody has. What is it?
Mother and father.
No, I'm sorry, you're both wrong. Well, maybe you'll say while we're talking, and earn $250 immediately. Mr. Flame, you're a shoe salesman, eh?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, are you married?
Yes, sir.
Well, how did you meet your wife? Did your arches fall for each other?
Well, no, I was in a little restaurant there, and there were a few drunks that were kind of giving her a bad time, and so...
You said the secret word, it was time, and you said it, so you win $250 in cash from Elgin American Compacts. Congratulations, and there's your $250. And on top of that, you can still win that $3,000, you know. Tell me, Mr. Walkover, can you tell the character of a woman by the shoes she's wearing?
Well, in quite a few cases you can.
Well, take a quick look at Mrs. Hunt here and tell me if she's married.
Yeah, I think she is.
Well, how can you tell?
Well, you said she was Mrs. Hunt.
I'm going to be on the defensive tonight, I can see that. Does she have any children?
Yeah, I think she does.
How many?
About 4.
Tell me, Mrs. Hunt, is that right, what he said?
Well,
How many children have you got?
I have 5 children.
Now, Mrs. Hunt, do you have trouble getting shoes that feel comfortable?
Yes, I do have, because I have metatarsal arch trouble.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah.
I met a tarsal the other day, but she didn't have arch trouble.
Groucho, we have the perfect gift for our housewife and the shoe salesman. For Mrs. Hunt, a smartly designed Elgin American compact finished in jeweler's bronze. And for Mr. Flame, a handsome Elgin American cigarette case, also finished in jeweler's bronze.
What's your hometown, Mrs. Hunt?
My hometown is Indianapolis, Indiana.
And what does your husband do?
He is a car inspector for the Southern Pacific Road.
Under the cars?
And on top of him,
How did you meet him, Mrs. Hunt?
I met him in a tornado.
You mean you were going around together? Well, what do you mean you met him in a tornado?
Well, girlfriend and I were going to a sorority meeting one night, and we were walking down the street talking, as girls do.
Yes.
And we weren't paying much of attention. The wind started blowing, and it was in the spring. It was in April. And all of a sudden, I noticed things start flying down the street. And I said, oh, look.
Here comes Flat Car Joe, huh? Go on, Mrs. Hunt. I'm listening to every other word of this.
And this girlfriend and I, we ducked in the first doorway we could see. And just as we got in the doorway, the lights went out, and the big plate glass window, apparently somewhere in the front, blew out and made a lot of noise, and I fainted. When I came to, why...
You were married?
No. Why, when I came to, I was being held by my future husband. And it was in a mortuary where we were.
And he had you dead to rights, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let's see how well you can shine together. You're going to play You Bet Your Life now. In just 1 minute, you'll have a chance at the $3,000 question. But first, an important question from Mr. George Fenneman.
Have you looked at your compact lately? If it shows its age, it shows your carelessness in the one accessory you carry to keep you looking your best. If it's a bright, new Elgin American compact, it's as modern and smart as your other accessories. That's how fashion says your compact should look. And that's why Elgin American compacts are so preferred. Designs are exquisite. The finish is jewel-like. Every detail is perfection. For your own sake, don't let a dingy-looking compact contradict your smartness. Tomorrow, go to any leading jewelry store, department store, or specialty shop. For as little as $2.95, you can have the compact that's up to the fashion minute. A stunning new Elgin American.
Now, let's see if you two will get the chance at the $3,000 question. Mrs. Hunt, if you win it, what will you do with your hair?
If I win it, I will make a down payment on a home because I have 5 children, and we are supposed to move in June.
Well, that'd be a fine way to apply the money. And Mr. Flame, where would your half go?
Well, I'd pay off part of my car and buy some more furniture for the house and take a little trip that I always wanted to do down to Mexico.
Mañana.
Mañana.
Well, maybe you'll win all that money. You're going to play You Bet Your Life, but first, George is going to tell you the rules.
Each of our 3 couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $3,000 question. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they won't know what goes on until it's their turn.
Hey, here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. Which one of our 27 categories did you choose?
Songs with the word rain in it.
Rain in the title. All right. Now, here we go. Remember, you can help each other with the answers. Your first question pays even money. You bet 10, make 10. Mr. Flame, how much of your $20 will it be? How much?
15.
15? Stan Myers and his boys will play a tune with rain in the title. You tell me the name of the song.
Rain on the roof?
Rain on the Roof, that's right.
Well, they're on their way, Groucho. They now have $35.
The second question also pays even money. Miss Hunt, how much of your $35 will you bet?
30.
30? All right with you, Mr. Flame?
All right.
Here it is. What is the name of this song?
I get the blues when it rains.
I Get the Blues When It Rains.
And that makes you happy because now you have $65.
You now have $65. Your third question also pays even money. Mr. Flame, how much will it be? No coaching,
60.
please, huh?
60.
60? All right, all right. What is the name of this rain song?
In the wind and the rain.
With the wind and the rain in your hair. That is right.
Now they have $125.
You now have $125. Now, this question pays 2 to 1. If you bet 10, you make 20. How much of your 125 are you going to bet?
100.
All right.
$100 you're going to bet, huh? What is the name of this rain song? Play, Stan.
Rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
And they wind up with a grand total of $325.
Well, you have grabbed yourself $325, and here it is. And on top of that, one of you got $250 for saying the secret word. Congratulations from Elgin American Compacts.
Well, maybe the next couple will say the secret word, too, Groucho. You remember, it's time. Okay, boys, bring 'em in. We invited several policewomen and deputy district attorneys to the show tonight. And just before we went on the air, the audience selected these 2. Policewoman Margaret Boyd and Deputy District Attorney Mervyn Agler meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for Elgin American Compacts, folks. And I'll pay $250 instantly to the first one who says the secret word. It's a common word, something everybody has. What is it?
Mother.
Blood.
No? Huh? What do you say?
Blood?
No, I'm sorry. Well, if you say it... if you say it during the trial, I'll pay $250 at once. A policewoman and a DA, eh? Now, Officer Bird, are you married?
Yes, I am.
Any little apple stealers at home?
Not yet.
Not yet, huh? Where are you from, officer?
Los Angeles.
Born here?
No, I was born in Indiana.
Oh, nothing but Hoosiers here tonight. And, Mr. D.A., where are you from? Mr.
Right here in Los Angeles.
Well, don't look at me like that, will you? I didn't do it, I tell you. I didn't do it. Are you married, Mr. Agler?
Yes, sir.
Why? I can get tough, too, you know. How'd you meet your wife? Did you have a case on her?
No, we worked together in the same bank, and she had charge of
At night,
the...
was this?
Oh, it was during the day.
During the day.
That's right. She worked the accounts from A to M, and she used to call me on the phone and tell me when my account was overdrawn, and then I would come down with a deposit.
Was that daily?
It happened frequently, I'll assure you.
And that's all? You were just overdrawn, and then you got married?
Well, the one overdraft led to another.
What's the most interesting case you ever worked on, Mr. Agler? Could you tell us briefly?
Well, I think that was a case where a man burned his own house down because a building inspector had chastised him for raising the roof 6 inches without a permit. He lifted the roof off the house 6 inches above the top of the wall.
Must have been kind of breezy, wasn't it?
And he was required under the existing municipal ordinance to have a permit to do that. And when the building inspector told him he'd have to lower the roof, he became so disconsolate that one morning he took his grandmother's early American rocking chair and his automobile, put them in the street, and ignited...
Where was his grandmother? Was she in the chair at the time?
No. She had long since passed away.
Oh, I don't blame her. That grandmother was nobody's fool.
That's true. He ignited a fuse to a quantity of paint remover.
And removed his grandmother.
And the house went up in flames. We prosecuted him for arson.
And did you get a conviction?
No, he was acquitted.
All right, Fenneman, you're witness.
Groucho, I think it's a good time to give our two guests their gifts from Elgin American. For Officer Boyd, the perfect gift, a smartly designed Elgin American compact with satin silver finish. And for the district attorney, a precision-crafted Elgin American cigarette case.
Well, there's one case you'll never crack.
Well, thank you very much. This is really a lovely gift.
Now, Officer Boyd, what is your job as a policewoman?
Well, I work at the West Los Angeles Juvenile Bureau.
At the Juvenile Bureau?
Yes.
You just arrest children?
No, we arrest adults.
Or people with an arrested development? What's the most exciting case you ever worked on? What happened?
Well, I think one of the most exciting times was when I was...
You said time, and you have just won yourself $250 from Elgin American Compacts. And on top of this windfall, Miss Boyd, you can still win that $3,000, you know. Now, Officer Boyd, I understand the week of April 5th is Crime Prevention Week. Does that mean if I commit a crime that week, it doesn't count? All right, now let's see how a policewoman and a district attorney can work together as a team for $3,000. Well, all you have to do is run your $20 and more than the other couples. You get a chance at the big prize. Now, Fenneman, remind our listeners how much our first couple won.
The shoe salesman and the housewife have $325.
Here we go. Now, let's see how high you can build your $20. Mr. Agler, what question category did you select?
We chose middle names of authors.
That's right. Remember, you can help each other with the answers. Your first question pays even money. Bet 10, make 10. Mr. Agler, how much of your $20 will it be?
10.
All right, here it is. What is the middle name of author Clarence Kelland? Kelland. His last name.
Buddington?
Buddington is right.
They're on their way. They have $30, Groucho.
Clarence Buddington Kelland. Second question also pays even money. How much of the $30 you going to bet, Miss Boyd? Mrs. Boyd?
$20? $20.
All right. What is the middle name of author Adela St. John?
Rogers.
Rogers is correct.
Now they have $50, Groucho.
You're well on your way. You've got $50. Your third question again pays even money. Mr. Agler, how much of your $50 will you bet?
We'll bet $45.
$45. What is the middle name of author Harold Wright?
Bell.
Harold Bell Wright is right on the bell.
He certainly did. They now have $95.
You hit the bell right on the bell that time, Mr. Agler. Now, your fourth question pays 2 to 1. You bet 10, you make 20. Now, if you bet 2 to 1 this time, you can have $190 on this particular question. How much are you going to bet?
We'll bet it all.
You're going to bet it all? Remember those overdrafts you used to have in the olden days? All right, here it is. What is the middle name of Samuel Clemens?
I believe it's Samuel Clemens.
Also known as Mark Twain.
Yeah, I know.
I know, too. I got it right in front of me.
Clark? Taylor?
No, I'm sorry. The answer is Samuel Langhorne Clemens. I'm terribly sorry. Well, Mrs. Boyd, you said the secret word and won $250. But the DA, you haven't won anything. We can't have people going home broke. I'll give you one more question. If you get it right, I'll give you $10. Ready? Now, think hard now. Here it is. No help in the audience, please. Who is buried in Grant's tomb?
Grant!
General Grant is correct. And here's the $10. You were a charming couple, and I hope to see both of you again soon. Socially, of course. Thanks and good luck from Elgin American Compacts. Now, in just 1 minute, our last couple will play You Bet Your Life, and then we know who gets a chance at the $3,000 question. But first, George Fenneman has some little pearls of fashion wisdom to impart. Impart, George.
Do you carry one and the same compact here, there, and everywhere, regardless of what you're wearing? You do. Well, madam, you should have an Elgin American Compact threesome, because every woman needs 3 compacts. One for streetwear, one for dressier daytimes, and one for evening. Like your bags, your compact should be in the apparel mood if you're to look completely smart. Only Elgin American Compacts offer such a wide choice for every fashion need. Compact threesomes cost as little as $9.95 for all 3 and come in smart costume colors, silver finish, jeweler's bronze, and sterling silver. Tomorrow, get your 3 compacts that fashion and good taste call for. An exquisite, clothes-conscious new compact threesome by Elgin American. Yes, every woman needs 3 compacts. One for daylight, one for twilight, and one for starlight by Elgin American.
Well, we'll soon know who's going to earn the most money tonight and get a chance at the $3,000 question. George, introduce our final couple.
They've been in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know the secret word is time. Okay, boys, bring them in. Our studio audience selected Professor Hal Broad and a co-ed, Miss Gloria Harrison. And here they come. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, student, and welcome, Professor, for Elgin American Compacts. And I'll pay $250 to the first one who says the secret word. It's a common word, something everybody has. What is it?
Heart.
Heart.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, perhaps you'll say why we're talking, and you'll get $250 immediately. So we have a professor and a co-ed, eh? At what college do you teach, Mr. Broad?
UCLA, sir.
And Miss Harrison?
I'm from UCLA.
You're from UCLA. What subject are you majoring in? Boys?
That's my minor. Political science.
And when you graduate, what do you want most of all?
I want a nice job, and I'd like to have a husband also.
Where are you from, Mr. Harrison?
I was born in Los Angeles.
Whereabouts?
In Hollywood.
Oh, where?
Hollywood Hospital.
Well, I guess we can't go any further than that. Would I be too impertinent if I were to ask your age?
21.
21. And how old are you, Professor?
24.
Are you married, Prop?
No, sir.
Why aren't you married?
Well, it's pretty hard to get married on $105 a month.
Would you like to get married?
Yes?
Well, you're young, good-looking, working. You shouldn't have any trouble finding a nice girl. Who knows? You might meet her at any moment. Miss Harrison, would you like to have a date? Miss Harrison, would you like to have a date with a good-looking, intelligent fellow who at the moment happens to be eyeing you with a great deal of interest?
Yes, I would.
Well, fine. Well, we go after the show. If my wife is listening, I'm only kidding. If she isn't listening, I mean every word of it. Professor, what kind of a wife would you be looking for if you got a raise in salary?
Oh, well, I think she should be a good companion, a good listener. If she could sew and cook, that would help.
Simultaneously?
No, I think one at a time would be fine.
Professor, you just said time, and you win $250 in cash from Elgin American Compact. We may file a petition of bankruptcy as soon as the show is over. And on top of that, you still have a chance at the $3,000, you know. Well, let's see. Where were we when the bell rang for the third time?
Say, Groucho, I think it's time to give our young couple their ideal gift.
Well, go right ahead, George.
All right. For Miss Harrison, an exquisite, precision-crafted sterling silver compact by Elgin American. And for Professor Broad, a handsome sterling silver cigarette case by Elgin American.
Thank you.
Now, I don't want to rush things, but those are ideal engagement presents, you know. Professor Broad, I'll bet you learn plenty when you go through your examination papers. Tell me, do you catch many students cheating?
Yes, sir, occasionally.
Well, what are some of the ways that students try to hoodwink the teacher?
Well, they sometimes write on their cuffs, or some girls even put notes in the tops of their stockings.
Why, Professor, how would you notice that? Well, you're a charming and intelligent couple. Now, let's see how well you work together as a team for $3,000. Miss Harrison, what would you do with your half if you won all that money?
I'd like to give part of it to University Camp, which is having a drive out at UCLA this next week, and it's a camp for underprivileged children.
And, Professor, where would your $1,500 go, huh?
Well, I think I'd use most of it to further my education, work towards a Ph.D.
Well, you're the last couple to play your bet your life. Now, you beat the other two couples, and you get the big question. I can't tell you how much they won, but George Fenneman's upstairs to remind our listeners.
The shoe salesman and the housewife are high so far with $325.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. Mr. Brody, what question category did you select?
I think we chose a monetary one.
Monetary units. Okay, and remember you can help each other with the answers. The first question pays even money, bet 10, make 10. Mr. Brody, how much of your $20 will it be?
Let's see, but...
10,
Come on.
15.
What is the monetary unit of Mexico?
peso.
Peso is correct.
And they have $35.
Second question also pays even money. How much of your $35 will you bet? Miss Harrison?
Everything but $2.
All right, what is everything but $2? You're betting $33. What is the money used in Switzerland?
That's the francs.
Franc is correct.
This one's easy. They now have $68.
You now have $68. Your third question again pays even money. How much of your $68 will you bet?
66.
What is the medium of exchange in Canada?
We
Pound,
say the
peso.
dollar.
What is it?
The dollar.
The dollar is right.
They now have $134.
You now have $134, and your last question pays 2 to 1. If you bet 10, you can make 20. How much of your $134 will it be?
132.
All right. What type of money is used in Australia?
We say the pound.
The pound is correct.
I'm not completely sure of this, Groucho, but I think they wind up with a grand total of $398. And that means that they're the big winner for tonight and get a chance at the $3,000 question.
Congratulations. In just 30 seconds, I'll ask the $3,000 question. Fenneman, would you like to get a word in edgewise around here?
Always let the name Elgin American be your guide in selecting compacts with a fashion conscience. These are the compacts with designing constantly inspired by what you will wear. And what you will wear should inspire your choice of the compact to carry with it. Whether you select 1, 2, or the 3 compacts every woman needs, you can be sure you're first in fashion with Elgin American compacts. And here's the winning couple, Groucho, the co-ed and the professor.
Well, so far tonight, we've given away $1,483. Now, here is the $3,000 question from Elgin American Compacts. Good luck. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. So talk it over thoroughly. Here it is for $3,000. For the first time since 1916, the United States has coined a new $50. The Liberty Bell is on one side. Whose portrait is on the other side? What is the answer you two have decided upon?
Benjamin Franklin.
That's right, Benjamin Franklin. We have been clipped tonight for a grand total of $4,483.
Which we thank you very much.
Now tell me, what are you two going to do with this swag?
Well, as Miss Harrison said, part of it will go to the camp fund at the university.
The rest of it?
Well, part of it will go to her and part to me.
And I hope you two live very happily together for the rest of your life. Congratulations again from Elgin American Compacts.
You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed in Hollywood, directed by Bob Vaughn, music by Stanley Myers. Remember, next week's big question pays $1,000. Groucho and all of us on the program would like to thank Mayfair Magazine for selecting You Bet Your Life as the show of the month in the March issue. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night and every Wednesday this time for You Bet Your Life, starring Groucho Marx. Presented by the creators of America's most beautiful compacts, smartest cigarette cases, and finest dresser sets, Elgin American.
Good night, folks. Have you looked at your compact lately?